Hey, it's Tommy here from UK Country News, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here in London with the boys from Midland. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Hey, Tommy.
Welcome to the UK.
Thank you. Thanks, Tommy. Good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you. Yeah, we last spoke around about a year ago, and it was online, and you were in your homes, and we didn't know if the tour was happening or not. But we're here. If you can capture, because we are right just before you guys are about to go across the UK. How's that raw energy? 3 years and you're back in the UK. How would you describe how you're feeling about doing it again here in the UK?
I mean, I think the anticipation was to have that first pint of beer over here. The beer just hits a little bit different. The pub culture, so we got that out of the way. Now it's just very relaxed. We're ready for the shows.
Good. And a Guinness for you, Cameron. You're a Guinness man, aren't you?
I do love Guinness. Mark loves Guinness.
Yeah.
We had to switch gears last night from Guinness to lager.
Yeah.
Because you can't just do Guinness. You have to kind of make room.
Yeah.
We did a pub crawl in was it in Soho?
We were Soho, Kensington area.
It was quite posh.
Yeah.
It was posh. We were just trying to find a dingy classic pub, and every pub we went to was really nice. But yeah, we're so pumped to be here again. The audiences are amazing here. And this is our third time touring here. Is that right?
Yeah, you were here in 2018 for C2C.
C2C, and then we came back 19 that fall in 18, and then this is our third time. So we've been able to see, C2C was amazing. We were just kind of a little bit overwhelmed. We didn't expect everybody to know our deep cuts, the album cuts, and that was a little bit of an insight into the quality of the fans here. I feel like you guys really consume all of the music. Yeah, and you guys kind of come to the show with a football mentality.
Yeah.
It's like going to a football game. There's chance, the energy is palpable, and it really lifts us up, and it's something that we really appreciate.
Yeah.
So it feels really good, man. And fourth time's a charm. Yeah. So we've had to reschedule this 3 times, and on the 4th attempt, by God, we landed it.
Yeah. No, well, fantastic. We'll talk a little bit about the album. Congratulations, The Last Resort. Greetings from. Absolutely fantastic. And I've definitely got some questions. I want to touch on that, because you're absolutely right about the British fans. We are interested in all the tracks, not just the big hits. Absolutely.
But there's some big hits on this
absolutely.
Album. It's feeling that way.
Well, let's talk about the arguably the biggest number, the one that you collaborated with John.
With one of the biggest guys in music.
Yeah,
literally.
How did that come? How did that come about? How are you you've been friends with John for a while anyway?
We've been friends with John since the beginning, basically, since we started going to Nashville, visiting from Austin, and John took us out on one of our first real tours ever, opening for him, and I think it's kind of poetic that we get to collaborate with John on this album on what is potentially going to be, I think, just a very successful song.
Yeah.
At radio, and we're seeing it every night. The reaction, it's brand new essentially. It's only been out for a couple of weeks. And we hit this song, go right into it near the end of the set, and people just go crazy for it. So it's a reactive song. It feels like a big moment, and we kind of collectively looked at each other when we had gotten through mixing it and said, I think this could be a collaboration.
Yeah.
So we asked him, called him up, and he was like, man, first of all, he said, hell yeah, I'll do it. I love that song. I said, oh, you've heard it? He's like, dude, I heard y'all weren't going to cut it, so I was trying to put a hold on it for my record.
All right.
So it was just kind of a really nice, he's been so supportive of it too. He came out on Stagecoach where we played the main stage at Sunset on the first night, and he came out. He flew all the way from Nashville to play one song with us and kind of party afterwards. John is definitely a brother in arms, and somebody that we really, really we really enjoy his company, and we root for him for sure.
Yeah.
So
it might be the most uplifting song about heartbreak.
Yeah.
That's been cut in a long time.
Well, let's talk about that then. Let's talk about the narrative of the the way that the album moves from song to song. Did the songs come first, or did you have an idea that you wanted to do an album where there was a story going through it? Because obviously this was in some ways released we had the
2 parts.
as in 2 parts. Was it after the first part came out, that these other songs came together, and you're like, this is forming a really nice story where we can actually tell the story of someone heading down the coast and going through a heartbreak. And
we did it kind of the way that we typically do albums, where we'll write a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Over a period of time, and basically write as many songs as we can.
Yeah.
And then you look at these songs, and you there's certain touchstones, like certain ones that are like everyone knows, kind of without saying that one's going to be on the album.
Yeah.
This one's going to be on the album. And then you start thinking about, well, what is this story? What's this track list look like? And then you can kind of start creating a story. It would be really fun to someday go, here's the story that we want to tell with this album, and then go in intentionally to write that.
Conceptually,
But I think in each writing session, we're just trying to write the best song that we can in that moment.
Yeah. And you're with your some writing partners as well, Shane McAnally and Josh Osborne.
And we wrote Long Neck Way to Go with Ashley Gorley, and who we had never collaborated with before. Wow. He's one of the most successful, if not the most successful songwriter in recent years.
Yeah.
And Rhett Akins, we've collaborated a lot with Rhett. That's Thomas Rhett's dad. And there's Marv Green's got a song with us on there, on Audio's Cowboy. It's kind of the usual suspects. We've really fallen
well, there is an unusual suspect though. We did write Paycheck to Paycheck with John Osborne and Rhett Akins.
And John Osborne does the feature, does the lead guitar, is featured on that. And then he was having so much fun, and he's such an absolutely bitchin' guitar player.
Yeah.
We were like, they were taking off for tour that evening, and we kind of looked at John, and we did that. He goes, yeah, I'll stick around, man. So he basically just hired on he got a union pay that day, and he played on Life Ain't Fair, which is a song that Jess wrote.
Yeah.
And it's miscredited, but Cameron wrote a song called King of Saturday Night back in 2015.
It's only miscredited on the vinyl.
Oh, on the vinyl, okay. But Cameron wrote that song in 2015, and that was a song that he wrote purely to have an up-tempo song in our set.
Yeah.
So we've been playing that for 7 years
It
now?
took as long to write it as the song lasts.
Well, I think that song and Life Ain't Fair sits so well in the story. I see kind of the journey that this guy goes on, and then there's this the way I say it, like a park bench moment with Life Ain't Fair, where this is how I see it in my mind. He's sitting with a guy who's kind of been there.
So he goes out on the lash. He's the king of Saturday Night in his mind, and then the next day is very reflective.
Right. He's the king of Saturday Night on that trip away from home. And then he comes home and his wife has left him. She said, adios, cowboy. And then, you fast forward a couple months later, and then he's singing and then some, and he's not over. And he's having a real kick-ass time at the local bar at the Last Resort. And he's letting everybody drinks and stuff, and he's still not over the heartbreak. And he never quite gets over it, but he eventually makes peace with it all.
Yeah. King of Saturday Night. I don't know if it's just because I've been watching Winning Time, but I kind of picture Dr. Jerry Buss is kind of like the king of Saturday Night. He's kind of, that was just how I saw it in my mind.
Totally be Jerry Buss's theme song.
Have you been watching that?
I just finished watching it.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It's so good. That's a great. I love how every episode wakes up with him in the ice bath in his face, just trying to get over the the cobwebs.
I almost came in with several buttons undone just because I'm in that Jerry Buss kind of.
Midland does.
Oh, fantastic!
It's a great archetype for this guy. Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask you about your live set that you're doing. I don't want to know track to track, but because so much music has been made since you've last been here, is it difficult to put a live set together? Because everyone obviously wants to hear Drinking Problem, Burnout. I want to hear Czech Cash and Country. I want to hear Electric Rodeo. Then I want to hear.
Actually, we were just.
I want to hear 3 hours worth of music, but
we were talking about this recently. It's we've finally hit that point in our careers where we have an embarrassment of riches. And, creating there's going to be
and a lot of great songs.
Yeah. Well, we're so rich.
Well, you are.
No, we're not. We're actually sharing 3 buses worth of people in one bus on this trip.
Rich with love, Cam. Rich with love.
Rich with love, but it's gotten to that point where we're really like,
yeah,
we have to leave a few behind on any given night, but we found a way to, I think, create momentum in the set.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, look, gents, we know that you've got a show to do tonight, and we are at UK Country News. We love you. You know the UK fans love you and are so excited for this tour that's coming up. And Owen and I are both looking forward to the show tonight. We just wish you all the best. Have a fantastic time here in the UK. Enjoy some UK beer and have fun, guys.
Thanks, man.
Good to see you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.